리프트 피드백 라이트가 무료 배포 중입니다. 약 4만원 플러그인이에요. 기간 한정입니다. 딜레이, 튠 등을 조절할 수 있는 꿀템이에요. 피드백, 스프레드, 필터 등을 조작해 원하는 사운드를 만들 수 있습니다. 드럼, 기타, 보컬 등에 활용하면 좋아요. 사운드를 더 깔끔하고 풍성하게 만들어줍니다. 다운받는 법은 다운로드 나우를 누르고 영원 결제 후 받아서 사용하면 돼요.
There's those feedback sounds right there. All right, let's try this on like a key type of track now. All right, so here's the basic keys with no rift feedback light on there. Now let's add it in.
스터터 에디2가 94% 할인 중입니다. 역대급 할인이에요. 이펙트 꿀템입니다. 드럼, 보컬 등에 걸고 사용하면 유니크한 사운드를 만들 수 있어요. 힙합, R&B는 물론 EDM, 레트로 등 다양한 장르에 사용이 가능합니다. 나중에 MPS5 크로스 그레이드를 할 수 있어요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
So for me, just observing the CPU, it seems fairly decent, at least on at the top right of the screen, you will see my laptop and all of the specs because I've done a review on it and I really like it for music production and everything that I do. So, but other than that though, you definitely want to have nothing less than a 9th generation i7, and you definitely want to have at least 16 gigs of RAM when you do any type of production altogether. That's just default. That's how it should be by default by now. Other than that though, it runs really smooth. As you can see, it didn't really chop up anything, and I expect that because I've thrown everything at this laptop. So moving forward here, what I want to do here is grab an instance of Stutter.
멜로다인 5 에센셜이 50% 할인 중입니다. 코드 따는 꿀템이에요. 모드 파일을 넣고 변환 버튼을 누르면 자동으로 코드를 따줍니다. 결과물을 직접 수정해서 더 나은 코드를 만들 수 있어요. 튠 조절도 가능해서 보컬 작업할 때 꿀입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
The blobs, that just means there's audio there. That is sound. That's your vocal track. The line, that is going to be the vowel sounds, and the line is the pitch of that audio. But then this right here, these little vertical lines, that's actually a consonant sound, like a t, p, s, k, one of those sounds that doesn't have a pitch to it. In previous versions of Melodyne, you used to have to chop these off because you can't tune that, and then you'd have to tune the vocals here. Melodyne 5, though, they fixed that problem, and this does recognize the consonant. So you actually can just grab this in any 5th generation Melodyne plugin, and you can just come up to the macro slider and just change the pitch, and then you could probably just change the pitch drift too. Boom, it's tuned up. So let's go ahead and just play that. Me and you down in Bermuda. Done. So that's how you tune vocals extremely fast in Melodyne, but that's more of an auto-tune approach. This program lets you get way deeper into it. So if you want to change an individual note and fine-tune anything, you just come up here to the pitch tool and grab this, and you can basically drag this note wherever you want it to go. I like it right here. Me and you down in Bermuda.
FabFilter 에센셜 번들이 25% 할인 중입니다. EQ, 컴프, 리버브 모음이에요. 믹싱할 때 레알 꿀템입니다. 개인적으로 강추해요. 프로 Q3는 작업할 때 정말 유용합니다. 프로시도 사이드체인 효과 등을 먹일 때 꿀이에요. 해외 많은 유명 프로듀서분들이 사용합니다. 팝필터는 할인을 잘 안 해서 뒤로 올라왔을 때 득템하는 게 이득이에요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Nothing much is happening. And I pop in my low cut like that. I had that before, that's great. And then when I go to set my slope, oh, what's this? Not only 96, but an actual brick wall down there. Hurrah. So for me, right away, I have a reason to stick to Pro Q and not go to any other filters, which is great. Probably not a big enough reason to do the upgrade, but there's much, much more to come. So that's one of the features which I think they've added even since version 2, which is really, really great. Now, you notice that I was listening to frequencies there using this sort of little headphone icon to isolate certain frequencies, and that's just one of the ways that you can try and identify the frequencies that you want to affect. But FabFilter seem to have thought of another couple of things you can do, and the first little one, it's a bit of fun really, is if you click on this piano keyboard icon down there, you can see it brings up a piano keyboard, and it shows you there with the frequency you're selecting what note occupies that frequency. Of course, you know, notes on guitars and other instruments occupy a range of frequencies, but
FabFilter Pro-L2가 25% 할인 중입니다. 리미터 꿀템이에요. 사운드 레벨을 올릴 때 사용하면 정말 좋습니다. 깔끔하게 원하는 만큼 레벨을 줄 수 있어요. 마스터링 할 때 써도 되고 다이나믹이 부족한 사운드에 걸고 사용이 됩니다. 조작법도 정말 간단해요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
The advanced settings let you customize the limiting styles. The default setting is modern, so I usually just leave it at modern. If you want to customize the style more, you can scroll through these other options and see how they change your mix. Transparent can be good for rock or pop music. Punchy is the least transparent and gives you a pumping sound. Dynamic is great on rock music. All around is good for just about everything. Aggressive is good for EDM. Modern is the default style. Bus is good for bus processing. If you put this limiter on a drum bus, it's great for that. And then you have safe, which gives you no distortion whatsoever. So this is good for acoustic music. Next, we have the look ahead. A short look ahead time will preserve transients better and increase loudness at the expense of possible distortion. Longer look ahead times are safer but less loud and not as great for preserving transients. I'll just leave this alone for now. Next we have the attack and release. So in general, short attack times and long release times are safer and cleaner, but they can cause that pumping effect. On the other hand, long attack times and short release times can increase apparent loudness and presence at the expense of possible distortion. So next we have channel linking. I'm not sure when I would need to use this, but basically when you are limiting a stereo signal, you generally want to process both channels the same way. If for
슈퍼플레이트가 46% 할인 중입니다. 리버브 꿀템이에요. 플레이트 리버브를 걸 수 있는 플러그인입니다. 보컬 드럼, 기타 등이 걸면 상당히 깔끔하고 풍부한 결과물을 얻을 수 있어요. 사운드 토이즈에서 나온 새로운 플러그인이에요. 강추합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.